from GoSun.
Hey, what's happening, guys? Thanks for having us.
Good. Nice to meet you. So just a quick little intro. I'm Rojas. This is Next Level. We both have YouTube channels. We like to review tech, anything tech related. We also have a podcast, and we like to interview people within that podcast. Again, anything that's tech related. So good stuff. Yeah, and I was briefly looking at your website, and GoSun looks like they have a lot of cool things: ovens, coolers, chargers, lighting, a lot of good stuff. So, what do you have for us today, I guess?
Yeah. Well, we're dedicated to bringing portable power solutions to the people. I've been in solar for a couple of decades, and we've kind of combined really efficient solar technology with electronics and controls that you guys know all about, with lithium-ion batteries. And now our whole array, I've got a solar kitchen, and inside this portable solution here is the ability to cook, to cool. This is a portable 12-volt fridge. To clean, so this is a little portable sink. It can also purify water. To charge, to light, and to brew. So we also launched a coffee, an all-in-one coffee making solution. So this was in response to all the fires that we were seeing out west and in Australia this past year. In a lot of campgrounds, you're not allowed burning things anymore. So in this product is a travel mug, and it has a French press incorporated and a 12-volt heater. So I've got a lot of cool things to do, the bit of show and tell, but I'd be stoked to hear what you guys are interested in.
I was looking at your website yesterday with my girlfriend, and I was like, look at all this cool stuff. One of the hardest things with solar technology is power, because you can't really harness a lot of power from it. So it's really impressive, all the things that I saw on your website, from the water purification, which that blew my mind right there, purifying water through the power of solar energy. Like, I don't think I've seen that anywhere else before. That's amazing. There's so much good things, even like a cooler, a solar powered cooler. Like, that's taking, your backyard beer fest to the next level, because I don't think I've seen anyone with a powered cooler before. So there's so many cool things that I see you guys doing that, I would love to try out some way, somehow, but,
yeah, thanks.
So much good stuff.
I think the main reason that we can do this is because we make sure that all the times that we're using energy, it's done in the most efficient manner. So our consumption is ultra low, which enables all of this technology to run on simple little solar panels. Of course, this is kind of the smallest panel. This would be like 10 watts, and it's got an USB, so you can go straight to a cell phone. But then we go up from there. Say, for example, this is a 30-watt panel, and this would then often, it can go straight into a cell phone, or it would feed one of our power banks. So inside this power bank is 144 watt hours. It's I think the equivalent of like 70,000 milliamp hours. Charges 10 cell phones, and then you got your 12-volt, and we've got larger power banks, and even the table here that all of these products are on, that's a solar system. So there's 120 watts coming out of that can also fuel into these power banks, and these power banks will then run all the other appliances, what have you.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. So the first thing, as soon as I saw your website, because I'm big into camping, I'm big into being in the outdoors. I'm huge with, and I'm always looking. I literally, like, maybe a few weeks ago, I got a company sent me a charging station, a big power charging station, and I was super excited to think, like, oh my gosh, this is awesome! I could plug in so many things to this thing. Now that I'm looking at your guys' stuff with all solar panel, I'm just like, that doesn't look too cool to me anymore. Now I'm just like, wait a minute, this is awesome because it's smaller, compact, and yeah, I'm definitely excited to see everything that you have.
Thanks.
To really check it out,
There's a lot of companies doing the power bank thing, and that's great. Making portable power available. We kind of focus on it from a different perspective, and we focus on the essential need that's being met with that power. So we started out with these cooking devices. Quickly, how they work is there's a vacuum tube here, 2 layers of Pyrex glass with a vacuum between them, making a perfect insulator. These things can make a meal in 20 minutes using nothing but sunshine. And then we hybridized that. So we have this is my lunch, and then I've got an electric 12-volt heater on here that uses 1/10 of the electricity of a typical toaster oven, which would cook food about the same speed and volume. I'm using 1/10 of the energy because I'm inside a vacuum tube. And then, ultimately, that's kind of where we started. Then we went into the refrigeration, so we have the ability to cool using solar power. Then we got into this cleaning device, which is, the water purification and sanitation system,
right.
Charging, lighting. And we kind of focus on the essential need. And we even just recently launched a shelter. We launched a tiny house that's all solar as well. So we're kind of really trying to address needs and seeing what appliances and what amount of power or solar you need to run those needs. And if you make the product ultra efficient, then you don't need this massive, bulky solar system to fuel it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I purchased a power bank for my personal use a few months ago, and I have it in my hand here. It had the plug, and I was super excited to plug something into it and test it out. And when I did my review, I plugged in a toaster, and I was like, I can't even make toast off this. What if I wanted to make toast and I needed power to do something? So when I started looking at this, I don't need, because I started obviously realizing that there's different amperages for different appliances, and they have their cutoffs so that it saves themselves and the circuitry and everything. But when you're able to run technology like this and make not just the power more efficient, but how the actual appliance works more efficient, it only makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's really where the trick is like our cookers I just shared. Our cooker uses 1/10 the electricity of your toaster oven. And so now, instead of a giant generator when you want to go off grid, you can run our cooking device on this little guy. This is the same thing as lugging around a 100-pound gas-fired generator. This is what I call the fuel canister of the future. And so making things use less without compromising their convenience or their performance is really kind of the trick. For example, with our water purification and sanitation system, I've got water dispatchable with the push of a button, and this is 1 liter per minute. Now, typically a faucet at home is like 3 gallons per minute, so it's just like 10 times more water. But with 1 liter, I can do everything I need. I can wash my hair, wash the dog, wash the dishes, wash my hands. And so it's like, why are we? We're making our problems because we think that we need to, have all this heavy stuff at all times, right?
Yeah. Now, man, okay. So I have my email on the side here, rojasentertainment@gmail.com. Yeah. We have to get you on a longer show, like a podcast episode,
if you're interested.
Talk about all this stuff. I think I did fill out the request also, so you'll have my email. So it's just rojasentertainment@gmail.com. I really want to continue the convo because you have a lot of crazy nice products. So the best way to find you right now for anybody out there listening is going to be gosun.co, right?
You got it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Anything else that you want to say before we go?
Oh, grateful for you guys. Appreciate you doing this. Cheers.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. You have a good one.